I deserve, but I'm glad Marcel's here with me. Actually, Marcel's always with me, and I'm glad to have her see that too. But Chuck, thank you. You know, a lot of you, I heard the chuckles. You know that Chuck and I have been friends, very close friends, for decades, and I am extraordinarily proud of him becoming our Secretary of Agriculture and all the other parts of that town that goes with it here in Vermont. But I know if he does 1/10 as good a job for Vermont as he did for me when he ran my Vermont office, we'll be the best shape we've ever been in. But coming in here with Marcel and I walking with Monty today, I'm thinking what you're doing, you really redefine community development here in Vermont. This is the third visit Marcel and I have made here to this site. Now, I've said it before, it's worth repeating. I'll first quote what Chuck said, wow, wow, this is something. Hardwick's become a national model for the future of agriculture. Just think of that. A nation of ours, 325 million Americans, go from the East Coast to the West Coast, and the model is here. It's ground where new agricultural technologies come to grow, where farmers can start vibrant new farms instead of closing old ones, and where food's more than a meal. It's a way of life, it's a career, it's a science, a generator of agricultural innovation so important to Vermont's future. We are and do have a diversified economy, but agriculture has always been part of it. But it will continue, as we all know, only if it's innovative. And the Vermont Food Venture Center can serve as a model for farmers and economic development professionals, not only here in the state, but you are doing such a good job, you can be used as a model throughout the country. It's just one piece of a statewide network of food systems being organized as part of the farm to plate work by the Vermont Sustainable Jobs Fund and the Agriculture Innovation Center within the Vermont Agency of Agriculture. This is really, really good. Northern Enterprises, Northeastern Vermont Development Association, Incubator Kitchen. I recall in our first visit we made here, talking with some of you, and you were talking about the money that you might need, and I said, can this really work? And I see Andrew Myers over here. You remember, I said, okay, then tell me again exactly how this is going to work in Hardwick. I did grow up in Montpelier, so I know the area very, very well. And Andrew says, it'll work. I said, well, I'm glad for this long, detailed explanation. But I knew Andrew and Tom Stearns and the Kellers and others well enough to know that was good enough. And it has worked. It has worked, as we all thought it would. Now, we're going to write a new farm bill this year. One of the things the U.S. Senate Agriculture Committee is going to have to hear about is you, all of you, because it isn't the old way of doing agriculture. The way that I grew up with, or here in Vermont, or my parents knew in Vermont, or my grandparents or great-grandparents here, it is constantly evolving just as everything else we do here. Land conservation, renewable energy production. And that's why, Chuck, I'm so glad that you're here because of what you have done with that, and Governor Shumlin, and I look at a number of people, Senator Leahy, a former Commerce Secretary, Kevin Doran, many members of the Vermont legislature, and in true Vermont fashion, both Republicans and Democrats working together. I see Lawrence Miller here, and Gus Seelig, and Ollie Lambert, and if I leave people out, I apologize, but you have all worked with us. And you've worked with Senator Sanders and Congressman Welch, who we all believe the same thing in this. And Steve Patterson, Allison Lowe, who kept this going. And when I mentioned Senator Sanders and Congressman Welch, of course, Jenny Nelson representing Senator Sanders, I almost never call him, I call him Bernie. And Peter with Trish Coates. These, and it is just amazing. And I don't want to talk too long, you're all standing up there, and you don't need speeches, but I wanted to be here just so I could say thank you to you, all of you, for making me especially proud to be a Vermonter. And to say, all right, geez, Crow, we can do things. I used that expression once on the Senate floor, and I saw the parliamentarian sitting staff and said, what did he say? You know what I said. Thank you.